the tourism industry, to share about investment, to share about what we'd like to see in Africa. So before I begin with just discussing my take on the tourism industry, I would like to ask this valuable question. How many people in this room are youth? Okay. And how many of these people that are representing the youth feel included in the tourism industry and included in the discussions about tourism? Okay, so none. Okay, well that takes us to the conversations that we've been constantly having. Our ambassador Fikile did indicate and speak about sustainability. And yesterday I sat, like many of our youth, I listened to all the conversations around sustainability, ecotourism, we want to invest in our coastal marine life, this, that, but where is the youth in these discussions? Thank you. But where is the youth in these discussions? As a young individual that is in the tourism space, for the longest time I have seen that tourism does not have a platform that represents the young people. Most of the time, our leaders are much seasoned people, we appreciate that. But at the same time, we want you to include us. We want you to give us a platform to actually share our own take and learn from you guys. We're not here to take the cake away from you guys, but we want to actually experience tourism and learn about the tourism industry. And this just brings me to some of the things that I have identified, which is in the tourism industry, we market it as an industry that is Africa's gold. But at the same time, in the same breath, we see that in that very same industry that is marketed to be the gold of Africa, we still have many young people living in economic despair. These young people are people that are in communities, and honestly speaking, they are tired about having to be invited in forums like this where we stand and we give you a speech about what we want to see. They want to be given a seat, and a seat is not you saying, come sit there, be part of the room. They don't want to be participants. We want to engage, we want to be present. Make us feel welcome, make us feel like we are part of this growing economy that you're wanting to build. We don't want to just be mere beneficiaries, but we want to realize that a successful tourism industry requires inviting the youth in decision-making discussions, mentorship programs, skills development. Yesterday there was a gentleman that spoke about skills development and jobs that are happening in Mozambique. But I wanted to ask the question, out of the jobs that are being created, how many of those jobs are actually for the youth? So with that being said, the lasting message I would love to leave in this speech of mine, or let me say conversation, because I don't want to call it a speech, it's a conversation, is that the tourism industry needs to support the youth by building partnerships, by building its own secondary sector that is driven by young people, by understanding that the tourism industry is not about spending $1 million on ad campaigns that only have a lasting impact of a few months. But it's an industry that works on algorithm. It's an industry that is for the youth that are in our host communities, that are on their cell phones, merely shooting videos in the background of a beautiful scene and getting lots of views to promote that tourism. Therefore, for me, we need to take true authority for the prosperity of Africa. And this means we need to heal from some of the psychological traumas that we have as Africans, traumas caused by colonialism, warfare, We are in a room today, and at the same breath, we speak about Africa's development, but we are constantly oppressing one another. So why is that happening? We need to change, and the time is now, and the time is for the youth, because they are the futures of Africa's prosperities. Thank you.